Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
The plan. We got a whole 54 minutes now to be educated and entertained by Carol Ann Baldwin regarding our gardens, our lawns, our trees, our shrubs, our fertilizer, every mulch and everything, all the stuff like that. Good morning, Carol Ann. How are you?
Good morning, Larry. How are you this morning?
Good. We were talking about you this morning. We were letting the early morning listeners know that they're invited to be part of this.
Oh, sure. Please do.
Sometimes you don't realize the audience changes.
Yeah. People heading to work, so they're catching news and that stuff in the morning on their way out the door. And
I love the fact that you have a Facebook page
that goes with it.
Part of this, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you have something in your garden and you don't know what it is, whether it's an animal or a plant,
animal or vegetable
or a disease,
mineral.
If you take a picture of it and you put it on Facebook, it'll be easier for Carolyn to tell you what it is.
To try to figure it out. Yeah. So sometimes pictures can still be a little hard, but yes, it does make it easier. Plus, it helps not just you, the listener, or the watcher, whatever. It also makes it helps others who may look at that later and see it, and we help everybody at the same time.
Yeah.
You may have what you think to be a silly question you don't want to ask on the air. You can ask it on there, and it's a little more maybe anonymous on that or something. I don't know, or you don't feel like it's a silly
identifying apps they sell, or I don't know if they're even for sale. I think they might be free. An app for your smartphone, where you aim it at a plant and it'll tell. Oh
no, I haven't tried any of them. I don't know.
You don't know if you trust them?
I don't know if I trust it, or if it's because there's a few every so often that
maybe if you were in another country,
or if I was traveling even into another state, maybe there'd be some things. But Florida is so a lot of times very, very unique that some things I would think may not show up in some of these huge databases. That when you're looking at something like that, if you've got a worldwide database, and here we are in Central Florida, where some things may be very unique,
so
that it may not identify. If it was a site that was, say, for the Southeast, okay.
So now I have a question, not necessarily that you would know the answer to this one, but I wonder if the people who make those apps, like let's say you take a picture of something you see is not on their list.
And it could be that's how they do. Right. Yeah. If you have the botanical name and things like that, growing conditions and such like that, to where you can help them out.
Give your credentials so they know to trust you. Yeah.
Or just, whatever. It could be with those kind of things that if once they have a photo and some general information, they could actually, if they themselves do more than just compile information, if they actually do a little research on it, that they could verify what someone would submit, if they do,
How do you like this open area now?
That's kind of cool. Yeah, I can see you, not just over the top.
It is nice. And what's the best part of this is the computer works beautifully.
Wondrul. That's great.
Knock on granite. Right?
Yeah, there you go. Knock on wood.
And the good news for the viewers and listeners is that now, I know Dan doesn't like us to talk behind the scenes stuff, but this is important. If you want to watch Carol Ann on the computer, it's working perfectly now.
There you go.
So just go to WOCA.com and bingo, there she is.
Listen. Well, listen live, watch live.
Listen and watch.
Listen
or
and
watch.
live.
Listen
or watch.
and or watch. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Cool. Of course, everybody can now see all the mess I have sprawled out here in front of me. That a little easier than
Doesn't
usual.
look that bad.
Not too bad. We got prize packages here. I got information
See,
to
even
pass
you now.
on.
Now
and-
you can even see your own
Yeah,
monitor.
I can see myself a little bit. Yeah,
So?
look at there. But yeah, we got some prizes to give away today, and we have some information on the Marion County Master Gardener Spring Festival, the annual event that seems to kick off some of the garden club or gardening festivals or spring festivals throughout the area. I think Lou Gardens has theirs at the same time, but they moved theirs to our weekend. We didn't move ours.
What do you
So.
What do you get from visiting a professional garden? I don't even know if that's the right word, professional.
Or, yeah, professional would be. You get idea.
I mean, you personally, what do you get from it? Is it just
it's a matter of awe most of the time of just the beauty, because they either have volunteers
Just
or paid professionals.
relaxing? Just relaxing?
It is relaxing.
Because I think it's most
just,
of us. We
yeah,
just wanna,
it's a stroll. It's a quiet reflection. It's ideas sometimes, and things to share. Just seeing something that's new.
yeah.
Just it's a whole. It's like anybody who has a true interest in something, when they go to an event, say somebody's into race cars or something like that, and they locally go over to Don Gartlett's museum, or something like, it's like, oh wow, this is the place they want to be. They see,
Right.
and it's something that truly, so it comes back.
Do you see trends like at where you work at Lowe's? Do you see like a camellia might be like right now? There's an article in the Star Banner about camellias,
because it's seasonal.
You have to wonder if somebody like Bob Wines isn't kind of making it trendy to like that particular flower.
Well, for the I think like the crepe myrtles had that kind of thing too. Growers, because it's this time of year, is when the camellias are blooming. They had the big camellia show was the first weekend in January at the extension office, and Bob Wines at the nursery is having their camellia show this weekend, and they're having a sale on some of their camellias as well, because this is the time of year to see them in their prettiest. Otherwise, they're a very attractive dark green, large shrub, small tree kind of plant. But people don't understand their beauty until that time of year, unless you've seen them growing before. And the myriad of different shapes and of the flowers and the colors that they can come in. I mean, they're all ranging from your whites to pinks to reds, with yellow in there in the centers and things like that. But it's just.
Is it triggered by the cold air?
It's day length. It's just that's when they bloom. It's another, more than likely, a day length kind of thing. Temperatures. Now the cold weather may have gotten some of the bloom, that we had just recently, just because this cold weather really hit some stuff that's not normally damaged by our cold weather. But we've had two serious Arctic blasts in the last, in the month of January. We're only into the third week.
Yeah.
And we've had two big ones.
Hey, by the way, I heard thunder the other day, and
I believe we've had two thunders.
Oh, really?
Last night I thought I heard some thunder
really?
too. But yes, the thunder we heard. Let's see, today's was that Sunday, Saturday?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was during the weekend.
It was Saturday or Sunday. We had that thunder because it was big lightning. Actually, when it was thundering in the morning, the cat and I are both looking up at the roof wondering who was running across. And I realized, what? I think that was thunder, especially when I opened the door and this great big flash of lightning okay, that was thunder.
What's the cat's name?
A little bit.
Little bit.
Little bit. She was just a little bit of a thing.
A luck. Just a little bit. Remember that song?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're up against a break. Can you believe it?
Yes, we are.
All right. So the phone lines are open. This is a wonderful opportunity for you as listeners to be part of the radio show with Carol Ann. You can call in and say hi, tell us what you're doing in your garden. Even if you don't have a question, it's always fun to hear from you.
Yep.
And right now, we're going to take a break, and we have a prize to give away,
well,
too.
why don't we go ahead and this one, do we want to, we got 2 sets of tickets, one 4-pack, 1 5-pack of tickets to the Medieval Fair.
Okay.
So we can take 2 callers during this break.
All right.
And give away 2 packages of those.
All right, we will do that. We'll be right back. If you want the tickets that Carolina just talked about, the Hogtown Medieval Fair up in Gainesville.
Right, up in Gainesville. Great time.
The number to call right now, if you'd like the tickets, 622-9622. We will be right back.
Saturday, February 17th. Come out to the Circle Square Cultural Center from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. as On Top of the World Communities presents the annual Home Improvement Expo. Representatives from every field of the home improvement industry will be on hand to display their services and answer questions about the latest trends in home designs and remodeling. This free event is sponsored by On Top of the World Communities, 8395 Southwest 80th Street, Ocala. For more information, go to csculturalcenter.com. That's csculturalcenter.com.
Greetings, good citizens. Join me, Robin Hood, at the 32nd Annual Hogtown Medieval Fair, January 27th and 28th, and February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th at the Alachua County Fairgrounds. Join the colorful cast of characters on the streets of Hogtown where you'll find medieval merriment for the whole family. Cheer on jousting nights, watch a living chess match, or enjoy performances by gypsy dancers and magicians. Then wander through the marketplace where hundreds of artisans sell their medieval wares. Come one, come all to the Hogtown Medieval Fair, funded in part by Visit Gainesville, Alachua County.
Are you in need of custom screen printing, embroidery, or promotional items? Then look no further and come visit the brand new Legacy Team Sales. LTS is conveniently located off 17th Street next to Armstrong Homes in beautiful Ocala. We offer the best prices and highest quality products for your company, team, school, or nonprofit. Whether looking for screen printed shirts, embroidered polos, or travel team uniforms, you'll be sure to find it at Legacy Team Sales. Come visit our new 27,000 square foot facility. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff will assist you in every part of your custom purchase. LTS carries the hottest brands in the industry like Under Armour, Russell, Mizuno, Asics, Badger Sports, Gildan, Pacific, Ogio, and many more. At LTS, screen printing embroidery is done in-house and we guarantee customer satisfaction. Stop by, give us a call, or check us out on the web at shoplts.com. Remember the name, LTS.
All right, thank you. 17 minutes after 9 o'clock, and my gosh, those tickets are
congratulations to the winners, and they will have a great time. That Medieval Fair is this weekend as well as the first weekend in February. It is a good time. It's up there in Gainesville. I've gone for several years and I'm going again this year.
I enjoyed the music.
The music's fun. The music's great. The comedy's fun. The educational programs are good.
The comedy, I don't think I saw the comedy.
There's comedy in about
wait a minute,
3 or 4
like
different
the fake
tents.
fighting and things like that.
No, and just in the tents. I mean,
really,
of
like
course, I can't remember
telling jokes, that kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah. Some of it's a little off-color humor or a little, kind of thing. But it's It just is sort of, just kind of like comedy routines.
But you know what
one was like an impromptu play that was put on where they grabbed like 3 or 4 members of the audience in and go, you're going to do this part, you're going to do this part, you're going to do and get it together.
One.
Yeah. And I mean, there's usually either jugglers or there's the belly dancers.
Right, yeah.
And sometimes when it's cold, I feel so sorry for those girls when they're, it's some years it's kind of wicked cold out there, but
what we saw
it's a
too
good time.
was this guy who was making stuff out of metal, and it was amazing how he took metal and made these beautiful things. Just raw metal, just bending it and
the blacksmith, and there's also some displays because you have some of the historical societies as well as the society, because who puts it on is the Society for Creative Anachronisms.
Is that right?
Yeah,
that's the name of the group?
because it's creative anachronism. It's that when you see somebody walking around in full costume, but they have tennis shoes on.
Oh, okay.
No, you're not accurately portraying what you're doing. You drove here in your Hyundai. You're wearing a wristwatch or spectacles, eyeglasses. They didn't exist.
Ah, okay. So that's why it's inaccurate.
Yeah,
Got
right.
it. Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
So,
that's a fun name.
It is.
But the musical instruments are usually like a hammered dulcimer. Such a pretty sounding instrument, and I don't
flutes,
usually hear it except for in things like this.
Right. So. It's that or if you have an interest in it, you have your own recording, so you know where to find it.
Sure. Yeah, it is fun, and they have the big turkey legs too. By the way.
Yes, they do have the big. They have all kinds of food. Actually, their food vendors.
I wish God would make a turkey leg without those big
without
tendons.
the tendons.
That's the part I could do without.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is I think if you tried to remove them before cooking, it would probably fall apart.
Just fall apart. Yeah.
Yeah, like a chicken leg only has one, and when it's cooked well, the main chunk of the meat tries to fall off.
Yeah.
So I think if a turkey leg to get totally away from gardening, but that's all right. I do have the flyer for the Master Gardeners Spring Festival.
Yes, you do.
It's a double-sided one. This year's festival, again, it's always that second full weekend in March. It's March 10th and 11th, 8 to 5, 9 to 4, respectively. And I guess we're doing a new venue to where we're not behind the livestock pavilion, but that we will be over by the livestock pavilion at that area. So it's easier to park and walk in. It's just a little far away from the gardens and the
You're a blank.
I did. My whole deal went away, and I'm hoping to find the word I want.
You're hoping I'm going to come up with it.
No,
I have no clue.
it's an auditorium. That's the word I'm after.
Okay.
The auditorium and things like that. But it should be nice. It'll be a little more shaded for the vendors as well as those walking through. Let's hope it's a nice warm weekend that we will want the shade. Admission has gone up to $2 with children 12 and under being free. There's free parking that's close to the venue now. We will not have the trolleys that we used to have in previous year. Only service animals, please. No pets, no ones, if it's a service animal, it stands by your side. It doesn't need to walk around. You don't need to carry it usually. True service pets only. We don't want anybody to be injured or anybody's pets to be injured. There'll be live entertainment as well, your kids' gardening zone, garden decor, food truck rally, master gardeners on site throughout the area to answer your questions, native and tropical plants, presentations and things like that, put on all the demonstration gardens and things like that. That's the only area I'm finding that's going to be a little further away, but maybe they'll have it figured out nicely. I wasn't part of that. So.
We do have a phone call. And just a reminder that if you'd like to be on the show, whether it's to ask a question or just to share your garden story, you are invited to call. The number is 622-9622. If you're looking online and you're not in the area code is 352. So 352-622-9622. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Hey, I'm going to call and break the ice and get the phone call started here.
All right.
I think there's a lot of people wait for me to go on first. I don't know why. I think I kind of softened the situation up a little bit. Hey, we had two minor lightning and thunder deals here. We do need a third one now to...
We need a third one to come through in order to begin our progression towards spring. Where the groundhog, whatever it is, sees his shadow, doesn't see his shadow, it gives you either 6 more weeks of winter or 6 weeks till spring, minus the 3 thunderstorms, and then we should not have any more extreme cold temperatures. We can still have seasonably cold, like the cold front. Actually, this thunder that we had between last night and this morning, this is a cold front. We're going to be a little chilly tomorrow, but not extreme.
Yeah, not as bad as what we had. Since I've been living in Florida here, this has been the coldest January, although I did have one time when I got down to 19, but last two colds were in the low 20s. But I can't remember, when you have a couple of hard freezes like that, does that retard the bush and the grass growth rather than if we didn't have any hard freezes?
What it does is it puts everything into a true dormancy, and it will take a while longer for it to come out of that. So it's not that it retards it any. It's moreover that it's going to take longer to wake up. In March or so. It's not just, that, well, I always put my calendar, I have it marked on my calendar that last 5 years I've put my fertilizer down on the 10th of March. I'm putting it down at that time. If your grass isn't turning green by itself and that you haven't really had a almost coming into a need maybe to mow it, you don't want to fertilize it because it's not ready. You don't. You can do as much damage fertilizing too early as just not fertilizing at all. Actually, you can probably do a little more damage by fertilizing too early.
You still recommend watering the dead lawn this time of year, and how often would you recommend that?
I would still only water the one time a week and water thoroughly. Because I think this time of year we're only allowed one time a week on an irrigation if you have irrigation system, and that's all it needs. You want that lawn to sleep. You just don't want it to be water stressed. And we had rain. We're not going to get extreme. I don't know how much we actually collected. And it depends. If you had a decent rain, that's good. That's probably fine for this week. If we don't get rain next week, you need to go ahead and turn sprinklers on and water it thoroughly. You don't want to wake it up. You just want to keep it from being stressed.
Would you consider 3/10, which we had last night, adequate?
Well, you're about a quarter of an inch. I mean, maybe a little more later in the week. Give a chance for that to soak in and pick up, and be picked up by the roots, because you don't want to, when it's dormant, it doesn't take up a whole lot at a time. Yeah.
Well, the old weather bureau and the Weather Channel, everybody else said, well, because the La Nina that I believe is starting to kick in now,
right?
That the weather, like January, is supposed to be mild and dry down here, and it turned out to be pretty much the opposite. So
right.
I hope we don't have any more hard freezes. It was pretty rough the last couple of them.
It was, because they were pretty much back to back. That And that's it. In a way, it did put it down into that dormancy. The only thing that we may see is that now that we've had that extended cold time, that soon as we get a couple weeks of warm weather, you're going to see the peach trees and pear trees and plum trees and things like that start to break that dormancy, begin to flower out, and then we're going to have to worry about, do we get another freeze and damaging off any fruit that starts from there.
Yeah, like you mentioned earlier, the freezes were pretty rough, and I lost a couple, and there was more damage than normal.
Yes, yeah, and I've heard of it even on some hardier shrubs, things getting burned. And I'm not sure if it's because people prune throughout, that maybe they were pruning back in November, had a little bit of new growth on them, and that's what got burned on it. But it's one of those things that keep your hands off it now. Give it a chance. Let all that brown and ugly is sort of insulating that plant. If you've got tips on your crotons that are burned, at least that's all that's burned. If you cut that off and it freezes again, it's going to freeze down further. And so each time, it's just a matter of let that all be. It's ugly, yes, but it's still too early to cut it all off.
Well, I walk my dogs throughout the neighborhood for a good mile, and they're out there trimming that dead stuff, that ugly dead stuff, and I know they shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
But, I'm going to have to tell them to listen to Caroline and learn that things like that you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, it's just too early. If we were to get a good freeze again, and I mean, that just takes down, some good 32 degrees. Doesn't have to be the 26 and 28 degrees that we had. You get 32 degrees for 3 or 4 hours, and any new growth that may pop onto that, you're going to damage even further. So
that actually kill the plant?
It could depending on the plant, it sure could.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, and enjoy the weather.
Thank you. You too. I am. That's for sure.
And we had a story this morning that indicated that the La Nina, is that what they call it? La Nina was supposed to be warming us up, but they had a curveball, and now that curveball is history, I guess we'll have an earlier than normal.
I think I heard that on my way in, here this morning, and that was. Let's hope it warms. Well, we just need one more thunderstorm. That's all we need.
That's the Carolyn rule, right?
That's it. That's my rule.
All right, we are up against the break, and we will take that break right now.
And
do you want to give away some more tickets?
Shall we give away, what is this, 4 tickets to Cirque Italia?
All right, 4 tickets
4
to
tickets to Cirque Italia.
2 per winner, I believe, is how that works.
2 per winner. So we can take 2 callers, and it's for Thursday's
Thursday, 7:30.
Thursday's show.
And they're worth $70 a pair. So two winners will each get 2 tickets. We'll take a break and be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump spiking the football after a deal to end the government shutdown. Fox's Griff Jenkins in D.C.
The president tweeting big win for Republicans as Democrats cave on shutdown. Now want a big win for everyone, including Republicans, Democrats, and DACA, but especially for a great military and border security. The deal was reached after Republicans in the Senate assured Minority Leader Chuck Schumer that they would soon consider legislation to protect those dreamers.
Younger illegal immigrants brought here as children. A tsunami warning for Alaska is now lifted, with a less serious advisory still in effect from Kodiak Island to Prince William Sound. Was issued after an earthquake.
The 7.9 quake happened about 1 a.m. local time, 175 miles off the Alaskan coast. Some people have reported feeling that quake in Anchorage, which is about 100 miles away.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Hello, I'd like to deposit this to checking.
Fate is a fickle master.
What?
The future is uncertain.
Okay, and what's my account balance?
The horizon is cloudy. I see a long, treacherous voyage filled with great peril.
Look, can I just get a deposit slip or something?
A fortune bank teller. Surprising. What's not surprising? How much you could save by switching to Geico.
I see a yellow-eyed serpent and a low APR.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
For many businesses, hiring is tough. You want access to highly qualified candidates fast. And you don't want to sign a long-term contract or pay upfront fees. That's why you need Indeed.com, delivering 6 times more hires than any other job site, according to independent research. Indeed is offering new users a $50 credit to give their first job post premium visibility as a sponsored job. Redeem this offer at Indeed.com/credit. That's Indeed.com/credit. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
Hey, Ocala, it's time to step outside into that warm sunshine, and the one place you've got to see this week is the Camellia Show Spectacular at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. The cooler weather has the camellias bursting in bloom, so come on out to this spectacular free show for sure. If you'd like, you can get your own famous Bob Wine's heirloom camellias for as little as $9.99 this week. How about touching up those azaleas? Bob's budded and blooming, dwarf, ever-blooming, red ruffle azaleas, still, now get this, just $3.99 each. This week, you can get Parsoni Juniper, not $5.99, just $3.99. Make a note of it. This week at Bob Wine's for sure. It's the wonderful Bob Wine's Camellia Show Spectacular. Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, just east of Lake Beer Avenue, daily till 4, Saturdays till 2, in the same blooming place for almost 66 years.
Did you get your tickets yet to see Cirque Italia's new show, Aqua? Get ready, Ocala. The Water Circus is here now this week, January 25th through the 28th, a luxurious experience where technology and performing arts are mixed to create a one-of-the-kind water show packed full of incredible circus acts. There is no room for boredom. Cirque Italia is here now, January 25th through the 28th, under the Big Top tent located at the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion. Tickets start at just $10. You can get one free child's ticket with the purchase of an adult ticket with the promo code CIRCUS. Get tickets now at CirqueItalia.com.
All right, and boy, it's a popular thing, that Circuitalia. All right, 27 minutes before 10 o'clock. Let's return now to Carol Ann Baldwin in the garden with Carol Ann. By the way, you are invited to be part of the show. Give us a call if you'd like to be on the air, whether it's to ask a question or to share your garden story. The number is 622-9622.
And again, congratulations to the winners to the Circuitalia tickets. And I guess at the next break, we'll give away a couple tickets to I Love a Piano.
Okay.
Yeah, because we got that too.
Yeah.
I'm getting my pile shoved out and pushed out the door, hopefully. Couple of things, because I got the 2018 Gardening at a Glance events that are upcoming throughout the community. These are the ones at the community centers, at the libraries, at On Top of the World, et cetera, et cetera. Today is the 23rd, and from 2 to 4 out at the Marion Oaks Community Center, there is the Florida Friendly Landscaping Challenge, a 4-part series. Trying to see if that was part 1 or part 2, because I don't have my laptop with me today. I can't find it. This actually started back earlier in the month, so this one I think you did really actually need a reservation for. Same way with January the 29th being the first Florida First Detector Workshop, which had a $15 per person charge for that one, but you might call over to the extension office and see whether or not there's any space listed on that one. That's the one I had been talking about, to learn about, the invaders that come in our plant and insect and disease issues that come in through that, as a resident, as a homeowner and such like that you can be the first detector kind of thing. And you said the phone's ringing?
Yes, you have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Good morning, Carol Ann, Larry.
Hey, Sonny.
We had the 2 freezes now. Just before the first freeze, I had noticed a lot of weeds growing up in certain areas where I have emulsion and things like that, and I hit them with a weed killer.
Okay.
Like a Roundup.
Right.
And I figured I got rid of them, and now I'm looking out there after the second freeze, and these weeds are like I gave them fertilizer or something. They're growing like crazy, and especially where it's shade. I can't believe this.
Yeah, it's because it's too cold for weed killers to do much of any good. When it's not nice and hot and sunny, those things like the Roundups or the weed and grass killers, pick your brand, really just don't work very well when nighttime temperatures are even down in the 50s, but once they start getting down in the 40s, obviously in the 30s, it's just not absorbed by the plant. It's not taken in, and being those weeds were protected up underneath a tree or in those shaded areas from the cold, even the cold didn't knock them out. So, your Roundups and things like that don't work here in January into February and things like that unless we're consistently warm for several days. Especially because yesterday we got up near 80, but it wasn't for an extended period of time. It wasn't a real hot 80 degrees. 80 is actually quite pleasant now, but it hit there sometime between noon and 2 o'clock, and then that temperature gradually went down with overnight lows in the 60s this time, but 50s to 60s. It's still not really warm enough because it's not days on end for that to be absorbed to be, overnight. And so really leave those kind of things on your shelf until it's consistently warmer.
Well, I guess they can go out there with my flamethrower and burn them.
Yeah, you could do the flamethrower on them. I know people who've bought those to do the weeds.
You have some wild friends, don't you?
Well, no, they make one. They make one that's for weeds.
Oh, they do.
They do. Hooks up to a little propane canister and lets you fry the weeds.
Really?
The only problem is it doesn't really kill the root.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. You're welcome, Sonny.
I'm sorry, I was going to say, couldn't it potentially burn your whole lawn?
I mean, it could, but usually, it's one of those things. It's a little isolated flame. Yeah, don't
it
use
sounds
those
fun.
I'm
kind of a pyromaniac, a little bit.
Oh, watch out, you know what they say.
What do they say? I don't know what they say.
You don't know what they say?
No, must be something you have to tell me later.
Huh? That's it. Has something about something that we usually have grown out of by the time we're about 4. But
you're talking about women because men never go out of that stuff.
Oh well, no, wetting the bed.
Wetting the bed. Is that pyromaniacs wet the bed?
They say they wet the bed. That's what I had always heard. I don't know if it's
putting
true.
the fire out. That's what's happening.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I got you. Some upcoming events, though, besides the Master Gardener Spring Festival, and I don't have because for some reason I've mislaid my laptop. It's in its case somewhere.
Oh, no.
I'm sure it's in the house somewhere. But upcoming February 2nd, which is actually Groundhog Day, you've got the Satellite Plant Clinic at the Bellevue Public Library. February the 3rd is at the Downtown Farmers Market. And then February 6th at the Dunellen Plant Clinic at the Dunellen Public Library. So you've got places other than the main county extension building to take your plant questions, your pictures, your samples. If you're going to carry a sample of a disease or an insect or something like that, if it's an insect, put it in a jar with a lid on it. But if it's a section of plant with a disease thing, please double bag it. We don't want to release any disease spores or anything like that. You don't want that to leave your landscape. I mean, you do, but you don't want to take it and carry it with you elsewhere.
And we have another phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Good morning, Larry and Carol Ann. How are you both this
Real
morning?
good. Real good.
Hey, you were talking about Lou Gardens, and the show was at the same time, but if anybody ever gets a chance to go to Lou Gardens, it's a botanical garden in Orlando.
Right.
Robert Baldwin, who is the curator of the park, he also has written many books on different plants and stuff like that, but he tries to do experimental areas in the garden.
Cool.
There's a lot of different intricate areas that have vegetables he grows and cultivates, and everybody can see. It's also a sharing garden where if you want to take cuttings of the plants that are there, if you like them, he gives you the scissors and the bottle to do it with. It's a very great place. Besides, they have functions there like Friday night, movie night, different things.
Right.
They also teach classes there.
Cool. And actually, because theirs is the same weekend as ours, they could go to Lou Gardens one day and Master Gardeners another.
Correct. Well, I wasn't calling just to say about that. I mean, I think it's a great park. They have actually, I'll post a link on your Facebook page.
Great.
But every year they do different kinds of sculptures throughout the garden.
Yeah.
Right now they've got something else going on. Looks like Legos or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, there was.
It's a great day in the park.
Right. Yeah. I saw something on the Lego thing going on. So it is a great event. But like I said, it's the opening of the spring gardening season, and you've got your two, and you could take them both in on the same weekend. Correct.
In Lou Gardens, a lot of the same people go to both shows to sell the same, at both places because it's a great audience at both places.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And so, and you can take advantage of Lou Gardens throughout the seasons and the change of the seasons as well as the holidays and things like that.
Yep, and the people I work for do tropical fruits and stuff, so Robert's also planted fruit trees and stuff out there.
Fantastic.
They used to have a big citrus area, but it's not quite so big because we have the issue with citrus now.
Right.
But he's planted other things, other plants, and like I said, a lot of it's trial garden.
Sure.
Oh, and just so y'all know, everybody in Miami this last week was wearing big heavy coats and scarves and stuff.
Yeah. It was cold down there, too.
It was.
Yeah.
All right, have a great day, guys.
All right, thanks for calling, Sharon.
Yep, see ya.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. So I just looked up Lou Gardens, and I didn't realize it was spelled L-E-U.
Oh, okay,
For anybody who needs to, if you're like me and didn't know.
Didn't understand,
I was spelling it like Lou.
L-O-U.
Yeah.
But, she said she's going to post a link onto the page, and that'll be fantastic so folks can go to it and see it and that kind of fun stuff, and that's what the page is there for. Don't link up on anything that's inappropriate. But if you've got a link to an event that's garden related and things like that in the area or out of the area, you got Lou Gardens is Orlando. I mean, there's a couple other gardens, or if you've gone to one of the state parks and they're to one of the ones that are the gardens, say Washington Oaks or something over there near. I guess that's actually north of Flagler, but in that area, you got pictures of it, go ahead and post them. Share with the rest of us. Let us see what you see.
Yeah.
that's what it's there
No,
for. That's what the show's here for.
It's the kind of thing where the photograph will give you a sort of an idea, but if you go there,
you get the full effect. But sometimes at least a photograph or two or three may give someone the incentive to go.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And can you give me an idea where in Orlando is it?
Is
is it near the downtown area, like Church Street? Where is
I
it?
actually couldn't tell you. I'd have to look it up myself.
Okay.
Because I'm not real familiar on the areas and
Just
stuff.
curious where it is. Like what's the one in Palatka? That's a really nice one. Ravine? Is it Ravine Gardens?
Ravine Gardens.
I think that's the one,
might
right?
be.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, and that's interesting. Just in the geology, topography. What do you call it?
Right.
Where the ravine was formed by
the topography, the whole both of them
was formed by something.
Yeah.
Whatever happened there.
Well, whether it's a sinkhole or if it's a meteor.
A meteor
strike. Meteor strike.
Yeah.
Well, it could be.
You never know.
Yeah. Those different ones. Let's see. I'm bringing it up, and we'll see if we can get. I don't know if I bring up a map for the Harry P. Lou Gardens. Let's see.
Harry B. Lou.
P.
Oh, P. Lou. Harry P. Lou. Okay.
Gardens. And
that must be a gardener guy, huh?
Yeah, waiting for it to come all the way up
Who was he?
here.
Do you know who Harry P. Lou is or was?
Has a 50-acre botanical garden and estate on Lake Rowena. Yeah.
58 acres. Wow.
50 acre.
That's gigantic.
Botanical garden and estate.
Wow.
So it's on Forest Avenue in Orlando, and it's open till 5 o'clock. And you've got www.lougardens.org. And so.
LEU.
Yep.
LEU Gardens. Okay.
Yeah, if you just Google LEU Gardens, it'll come up, and it'll also have there. I saw a couple other links for the movie night, like Sharon had mentioned, and I mean, people do weddings in there. They'll do their family photos in there. It's just one of those kind of things that you can find all kinds of neat views and things like that. In the demonstration garden, there's actually looks like a 360. No, that's just moving about. The picture, I thought there was a 360. There is one. 360 pictures going on in there. Give you a chance on their website to take a look and see.
I should do a 360 of you in here. I can do it.
No.
I can. Why? It's cool. People
not that exciting.
Well, it'd be you and then the rest of the room.
That's it. not a whole lot of excitement there with that.
We have a break.
We have a break. And we've got 2 tickets to the Ocala Civic Theater's Live on Stage, I Love a Piano. That's running through February the 4th.
Now, these are the songs of Irving Berlin.
Right.
I happen to have gone with this. Robin went with her mom, and she said to me, Larry, you got to see this one. So we went.
There you go.
And Irving Berlin started his career in the 1910s, I think.
Something
the
like
first
that.
decade of the 20th century.
20th century.
And so he started selling music as sheet music. And then, of course, as phonographs became more developed, he started selling music to singers who recorded records.
Cool.
And a lot of songs you'll know. So if you are into music, especially from the World War II era,
there you go.
I mean, this is really well done. 6 different singers, performers, actors, and it does tell a story. And the piano, believe it or not, is almost like a character, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it does go through the World War II years, and he has a song called "What Are We Going to Do with All the Jeeps?" or something like that. Yeah, I never knew there was such a song. But
Interesting.
I guess after the war, they had all these
What are you
Jeeps.
going to do with all these Jeeps?
Yeah,
Right. What do you?
Yeah. All right. So if you would like those 2 tickets to the Ocala Civic Theater, this is the time to call 622-9622. We'll take a little break and be right back with Carol Ann after the break. This is WOCA 622-9622. We will be right back.
The Marion County Leadership Foundation will be hosting their 2nd annual golf tournament to help the youth of Marion County. The tournament takes place on January 27th at 12 p.m. at the Ocala Golf Club. Don't miss out on this exciting opportunity to help the youth of Marion County and earn the bragging rights of being the best golf team in the county. The cost is just $80 per person. For more information, go to the Marion County Leadership Foundation page on Facebook.
If you or a loved one is suffering with knee, shoulder, neck, back pain, or tennis elbow and would like to learn how to get out of pain, go to Regenetic.com. Then listen in on the first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. to the people that give you the regenerative medical solutions to your pain. Regenetic. First and third Thursdays, 10 a.m. here on WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. The Source. Regenetic.com.
Saturday, February 17th. Come out to the Circle Square Cultural Center from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. as On Top of the World Communities presents the annual Home Improvement Expo. Representatives from every field of the home improvement industry will be on hand to display their services and answer questions about the latest trends in home designs and remodeling. This free event is sponsored by On Top of the World Communities, 8395 Southwest 80th Street, Ocala. For more information, go to csculturalcenter.com. That's csculturalcenter.com.
Greetings, good citizens. Join me, Robin Hood, at the 32nd Annual Hogtown Medieval Fair, January 27th and 28th, and February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th at the Alachua County Fairgrounds. Join the colorful cast of characters on the streets of Hogtown where you'll find medieval merriment for the whole family. Cheer on jousting nights, watch a living chess match, or enjoy performances by gypsy dancers and magicians. Then wander through the marketplace where hundreds of artisans sell their medieval wares. Come one, come all to the Hogtown Medieval Fair, funded in part by Visit Gainesville, Alachua County.
Are you in need of custom screen printing, embroidery, or promotional items? Then look no further and come visit the brand new Legacy Team Sales. LTS is conveniently located off 17th Street next to Armstrong Homes in beautiful Ocala. We offer the best prices and highest quality products for your company, team, school, or nonprofit. Whether looking for screen printed shirts, embroidered polos, or travel team uniforms, you'll be sure to find it at Legacy Team Sales. Come visit our new 27,000 square foot facility. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff will assist you in every part of your custom purchase. LTS carries the hottest brands in the industry like Under Armour, Russell, Mizuno, Asics, Badger Sports, Gildan, Pacific, Ogio, and many more. At LTS, screen printing embroidery is done in-house and we guarantee customer satisfaction. Stop by, give us a call, or check us out on the web at shoplts.com. Remember the name, LTS.
All right. Looks like about 10 minutes left in the hour. 10 minutes left on Carol Ann Baldwin's show In the Garden with Carol Ann. 68 degrees. Temperatures expected to climb to 74. Not a bad day, huh?
Not a bad day at all. No, make the best of it. It's going to be a little chilly, but not unseasonable.
Not like it was.
It's chilly. I mean,
nice.
To me, I'll be cold, but that's just me. But no, so this cold front, we don't really have to. I don't think we have to worry about any of our plants, anything like that. Again, just keep your hands off of them. No pruning, anything like that. Realize
Although I ignored that advice. I cut my bougainvillea down.
You cut it all the way to the ground.
No, not all the way to the ground, but I cut it a lot.
You cut it a lot. See,
but I do that every year, and it seems to be okay.
Bougainvillea are tough. They're
oh my gosh,
they're pretty tough.
They're unbelievable.
But even still, I mean, now I know you don't care should it start to sprout and that part get burned again because you get angry at your bougainvillea.
Well, it's got thorns.
Yes, it does.
I mean, horrible thorns.
Yes, they got spikes.
Make you bleed kind of thorns.
Bring pain
the crown of Christ kind of thorns. That's what they look like to me. All right, we do have a phone call.
Great.
Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Good morning, Larry and Carol Ann.
Yeah.
Again. Get back to the one thing you were talking about, the sheet music. I can remember as a kid, my parents and aunts, uncles, and people that played musical instruments went to the music store, and you could buy records, or the record store, but they had sheet music for sale.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if it makes me feel older or whatever, but it was still available. And my wife's parents, they had a player piano with the music, put the roll in there and it would automatically play it was player piano.
Right.
And most of the time, though, my wife's father was musically inclined. He played the piano, the guitar, and several instruments, the accordion, all kinds of mandolin also. He was very talented that way.
Sure.
Anyway, it's not that long ago. So,
only about 100 years.
I don't think I'm that old. Although my 401k plan, I got a little kick in that, a little increase. And I also said I'm going to live to 100.
There you go.
Gave me another 22 years.
There you go. There you go.
Instead of paying it to you, they extend the life of the plan.
There you go.
Anyway, have a good day. Thanks.
All right, Sonny, thanks.
Yeah.
That's.
Hey, how about my apple tree? Look at that.
Yeah,
What do you think? I think
apple
it's
tree's doing
stopped.
well.
I think it stopped growing.
It hasn't really done any growing. But then again, it's wintertime. It knows the days
You
are
think?
shorter. Even though the temperatures stay a little more even.
Should I put it in a bigger pot?
No, not yet. No, it's okay.
Really?
Yeah. It's doing all right. I'm sure there's probably the roots are not coming out of
Do
the
I need
bottom.
to add any fertilizer to it?
Not yet.
No?
Again, it is wintertime. The days are shorter.
And it knows that somehow, huh?
Yeah, they do. Plants do. Well, you think even though you have lights on in here, in the evening those lights go out.
Yeah,
and things like that. That it gets dark in here. Probably about the same time it's dark outside.
I would say, yeah, because there's nobody here.
Right, and of course the lights come on
Well,
earlier.
the mall has lights.
Yeah, but the shining in here is not near as much. And I understand that the lights come on earlier here because you're here bright and early, but it's still, they're not true daylight lights.
Do colored lights make a difference? Or do they always have to be white light?
No, I mean, actually, they have some grow lights that are of specific spectrum of lighting and that they benefit plants, but that's when you're getting into a specialized bulb for for grow light. But like say just having red or green lights, like we would have Christmas light kind of things, or that you can buy the blue bulb for because we're gonna support autism, or you've got kind of thing.
Right.
Those aren't really a spectrum of light, moreover than it's just a colored glass bulb.
Right.
So it's not reflecting.
Not that I
any
really know the
specific-
difference,
yeah.
but
It's not really, well, I mean, I think you might know it if you are in a room with those lights.
really?
A different feeling, just like light bulbs. You get some harsh lighting versus natural lighting versus daylight lighting kind of thing. And it does offer a little bit different spectrum of light, which can affect us. Just seasonal effective. Kind of thing.
So do you have to work at Lowe's today?
No, I'm off today. So
that's a good feeling, right?
Yeah, it is. It was 2 days off. So
Nice.
I had 2 nice days off, which was really nice.
And we have another phone call coming in. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Hi, it's me again.
Yeah, what's up?
Plants usually see, I think it's the 3 different lights, red, blue. I think there's only like 3 spectrums they see.
Yeah.
Remember, I was working for the guy that showed the shade cloth. That
Yeah.
showed that, and the different colored lights, which our guy has those lights, obviously, that it tells the plant also what it should be doing. Like if it's going to rain, it gets cloudy, it's going to rain, then the plant knows it's going to grow.
Right.
If it's not going to rain and it's real hot and sunny, it slows the plant down so they don't need the water.
There you
So
go.
it sees the different
amazing, isn't
spectrums
it?
of the lights.
Right.
Wow.
Anyways, see ya.
All righty.
Thank you. So the apple tree seedling looks healthy. It just
Right.
doesn't seem to be getting any bigger.
Right. So
Like for a while there, it had spurts, right?
Right. It was
Yeah.
growing quite a bit. And this spring, it's going to need a little fertilizer, but you don't want to put it on too
Oh,
early.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. So this
Yeah.
spring, that's like
This
a
spring,
month
it's just
or two.
another few weeks away.
Okay. So what do I get? Apple tree fertilizer?
Well, I'll bring you a little something because I mean that's such a small pot.
What
Why
is it,
buy
a pill? One
just
pill?
just a little. I've got some long-term, slow release fertilizer,
Oh,
which
okay.
feeds it over a long period of time, like having a meal every day versus something like a blast of fertilizer, which is like your liquid fertilizers, which feeds me now, and then it goes away. Because then, you water. And being that's such a small pot, you got to watch how much, we don't want to overwater on that.
We're almost out of time
Yes,
here,
we
Carolyn.
are.
I would encourage your fans and listeners to go on Facebook and become a member of the In the Garden Facebook page.
Yep.
It's free, and nobody's going to sell anything because Carolyn kicks those people out.
Yeah, we don't want anybody selling, but you can advertise if you know of a garden show. You're a member of a garden club, anything like that. You do. Maybe you do offer a class or something like that on say flower arranging or things like that, and you want to do, just let me know. Tell me, don't just throw it out there. But if you know of an event that's going on, like say Lou Gardens at the same time, or when Kanapahal, we'll have to get a flyer up for Kanapahal Gardens show and some of those other ones, just to let people know of stuff that's going on in the community that are related to gardening, landscape kind of things. So love to have that stuff.
There's your song. All right. I wasn't sure I had to write.
Everybody have a great gardening day.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Thanks.
And if you missed any of this, all of these shows, now that we got the computer running, I'm so glad we have a new computer. All of these are not only live streaming on the internet if you go to WOCA.com, but they're also saved as video podcasts on YouTube and Facebook.
There you go.
And so we'll put that up there today before 2 o'clock. Thank you, Carolyn.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. There are Americans among 22 people killed